then they're going to be hard to beat.
Well, they are the world number 1 and world number 2, so you can't argue with the way they're practicing. Anastasia Dromislova in the background as well. On the stage, though, it's all about the Northern Irish team, Brendan Dolan and John McGowan. A lot of respect for these two players, mutual respect.
Yeah, I mean, they've been around a long time, especially McGowan. I mean, he's the granddad of darts. But I think if there's going to be an upset, if you had to pick one game where there's going to be an upset, this could be it.
Well, Monsieur Sulevic played really well this afternoon.
Yeah, he's a very tidy player, Dave. Solid, been around for a couple of years on the PDC tour now, and if he gets into a rhythm early on, then as I said, I think this may see an upset.
85.
John McGowan's been on the circuit. He said 51 years he's been playing darts, 69 years of age now, and to represent your country at that age is some achievement.
Yeah, and he's still a really good player. I mean, he plays the PDC circuit and he still takes out some of the great players. You can never take
60.
this guy lightly. And Brendan, well, the last 2 or 3 years he's really come on as well. So, it is a strong team, but I just feel that if there's going to be an upset, this could be the one.
Mark Langendorf played earlier on. He was the man who took out 161, so he's a decent player.
Yeah, and we keep talking about the advantage of playing the game, this afternoon, so you know what your form is. You've hit doubles. You're not edgy on your doubles. Where the players that are just playing up there for the first time tonight, as we see in the first 2 games, I mean, could have been upsets in the first 2 games with Canada and the USA.
Reminder that if you lose at this stage of the competition, you are heading home. So it is win or bust. You win, you go through to the group stages tomorrow. The winner of this will go into Group A alongside Canada. Your commentary team, Stuart Pike and Rod Studd.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Rod. This should be a really friendly game up there. We've got 2 of the most likeable characters from Northern Ireland, Brendan Dolan and John McGowan. Mensah Sulevic, known as the Gentle because of his gentle demeanour, and Mike Langendorf, who we saw in fine form this afternoon. It should be a fun game of darts for the right to join the group stages. We already know one of the teams 59. In that group, Canada through, likely to be Netherlands and Australia alongside Northern Ireland or Austria.
Yeah, and I agree with Rod Harrington. When I was looking at the second round matches tonight, I felt that if there was going to be an upset, it would have been in game 1 and game 3. There nearly was in game 1 where Canada just managed to beat Belgium in a deciding leg. But Austria here could cause a big upset, and that would really be a huge achievement for Sulevic and Langendorf if they can reach the group stages. Sulevic, we've seen him take out these checkouts on numerous occasions over the last few years, especially at the Ali Pali.
Well, not this time. Needed treble 19 for the Bull. They're still in reasonable shape in this leg.
42.
With Dolan and McGowan looking for a gross 144. Mr. Magoo, the oldest man in the tournament. Well, he's not going to take it out, but a treble would be handy to possibly set out a 2-dart finish.
41.
Well, the oldest man in this tournament, in any tournament. I think he's quite proud of that as well.
To still be playing at this level a year short of his 70th birthday is some achievement. Now, Langendorf has missed the big 14, which would have left the Bull. The treble would have left double 11, but he's not going to get a shot at anything.
44. Northern Ireland, you require 103.
Well, 6 darts ago, they were on 126, the Austrians. They still haven't had a shot at a double. That's how poor they've been towards the end of this leg. Brendan Dolan needed the big treble, and surely here a chance for the Austrians to win this opening leg. It would be against the throw. Well, of course, under the unique rule of this World Cup, the team that loses the leg throws first in the next. So Sulevic for 1-0, race to 6 for a spot in the group stages. I think that was nearer the treble than the double. We gave him the big build-up. Is he going to fluff his lines?
No score.
And then some.
Northern Ireland,
they started like this in their first game against Denmark. They went 3 down. Now McGowan wants 56 to punish the erratic finishing of Sulevic. So double 18 for Northern Ireland. Oh, lovely dart for the marker. And that's how to utilise it. So John McGowan and Brendan Dolan pinched the first leg. Really should have lost it. They got it in their pocket.
Yeah, they were so far ahead, the Austrians. They blew it big time, but McGowan doesn't often miss. Loves it over there. His favourite double 18. And the Irish still favourites with the bookies to win this one, although say many people predicting and maybe expecting an upset. It's interesting to see how the actual experience on the big stage may actually count for a lot. We talked about the fact that the Austrians have played already, but McGowan and Dolan have had far more experience of the big occasion.
Yeah, McGowan fondly remembered for reaching the quarterfinals at the World Grand Prix in Dublin a couple of years back. Yes, Ireland 9-4 on to win the game, 13-8 against Austria. And later on tonight we'll see the hottest of hot favourites in James Wade and Philip Taylor representing England as they play Spain.
Unbackable, aren't they?
Only for the big hitters like you, Stuart. 5-2 on, I think, to win the tournament. Start of play before a dart was thrown, so there's very few people can see any other outcome. Bar Taylor and Wade. Whitlock and Nicholson will have an argument in that, and so will Stompy and Ray van Barneveld. They appear to be the big three teams. Nice dart, Dolan.
The perfect dart for Dolan, the way that the angle at 45 degrees, his dart go into the board. 140 looks good. Two out of this quartet will be appearing at the Alexandra Palace. 16th of December. It all starts live on Sky Sports HD.
98.
Sulevic will be playing Michael van Gerwen. And Brendan Dolan will take on Kevin Painter. Of course, it was Dolan who was on the receiving end of Barney's 9-darter, wasn't it? Last year, and Barney to come a little later on, partner and co-Stompy.
Yeah, Sulevic will fancy his chance against Van Gerwen. He's already beaten Manley and Andy Smith in the World Championship over the years. Lovely dart. Should leave a one-darter here. I don't know why he's scratching his head. There's 56 left, and there's only two real options, 16 for tops or 20 for double 18. There you go. So tops when he comes back, or rather his partner does, Langendorf, if he comes back.
Yeah, well, no guarantees. They made a complete mess of it for 126 in the last leg. No, it's a great first dart. He's hit the treble 17. He's hit the treble 20. Double 5 for Dolan.
111.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that. The first two darts were so good, you thought the combination would follow. So 1-1 it is, and Austria bang in this game now. Yeah, they were 3-0 down, weren't they, against Denmark in the first round this afternoon, and raced away to win 6-1.
Yeah, it looks as though they were heading home early, but they're still there, and they're battling for a place in the group stages. Sulevic and Langendorf.
I do like the format though. I think it's made the tournament so far. The fact that the losers in the leg throw first in the next just throws up all sorts of permutations.
Well, in theory, it's a leveler, isn't it? It should stop the likes of Taylor and Wade rolling a team over with alternate start legs. It should level things up, and that's obviously what it's designed to do.
83.
It also tests the players more. I think it just puts more pressure on them to keep on winning those legs.
We started 120 behind when they started throwing here, the Austrians. They're now in front.
125.
After that 1-2-5 from Mike Langendorf, who nailed the double in the last leg, and has edged the Austrians in front here.
Dave Clark alluded to it, didn't he? One of the standout moments of the World Cup so far. Langendorf's 1-6-1 finish in that win over Denmark. Completely out the blue, came from nowhere, but was good to watch.
Sulevic is slowing this game down to a crawl. He's got an erratic throwing style, but the time he's taking here, I'm sure it's not any kind of gamesmanship, but it's certainly helping his darts as Mensah Sulevic hits the first max of the match.
Yeah, he's like a darting donkey in many ways, Mensah Sulevic. I'll just explain. When he throws, his his leg kicked back so much. Have a look next time he throws, perhaps. But the Irish behind him will do well to stand well back, because his left leg goes flying out every time he throws a dart, Sulovic. It's certainly a unique style, shall we say.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter how ugly it is, as long as the darts go in. There are no pictures in the scorebook. And Dolan and McGowan are on a bogey here. They could do nothing about that, because McGowan hit treble 20 with his last dart. Nothing he could do about leaving a bogey. Dolan has got to get this down to a manageable level to put some pressure on the Austrian duo.
45. Austria, you require.
They were 2 darts away from the lead for the first time in the match.
Here is Sulovic, the man with the kick, as he looks for tops for 2-1. So double 10 now for Mensur Sulovic. And Austria do take control here. They've won the last 2 legs, and all the pressure now returns to the seeds, to Northern Ireland. Although they're throwing first, effectively they've lost the advantage.
Yeah. Well, they know now they're going to have to break Sulovic and Langendorf at some point during the match to win. That really was a wayward dart, wasn't it? That's what Sid would call the thrudge. Real lurch.
Yeah.
40.
Well, the 180 in the last one, and followed by 4. You can see head in hands there, Sulovic. He knows they were 3 poor darts.
It looked like Andrew Strauss after he was out 3rd ball in the opening test. England back in action tonight in 3 hours and 5 minutes time. Press home the advantage.
Hope he's not out 3rd ball in Adelaide.
Lovely 3rd dart from Langendorf. He's certainly doing his bit. We know a lot about Sulovic. We've seen him play in the World Championship and the European Championship before. Langendorf ranked well down the list in comparison with Sulovic, but going well. Looks the part. Back 139, but looks a better player than that.
The best compliment you can give Langendorf, I think, in these circumstances, is that he doesn't look out of place. Really comfortable on the big stage. First ever Cash Converters PDC World Cup of Darts here. Rainton Meadows.
140.
Here it is then. Here's the kick. Way off balance. When you see that, it's amazing that he manages the accuracy that he does, because it must throw him hugely off balance, and it seems to get worse. The kick gets worse as he goes through the 3 darts that he's throwing.
I thought that looked positively balletic on that occasion, reminiscent of Rudolf Nureyev. But he does become more and more erratic, and as the pressure goes up, the leg goes up, I think.
116.
No pirouettes. Plenty of doubles and trebles, and plenty of pressure on Northern Ireland here. Much
60.
fancied Dolan and McGowan to go through to the group stages. But Sulovic with a chance. The pace he's throwing. And I can't remember him being like this when he's played at the Ali Pali.
I think pace is a bit of a misnomer. He wants the bullseye here for 1-2-1. Well, straight in the middle.
Austria.
Slow, quick, slow. It doesn't matter. Austria lead 3-1.
Well, it may be a snail's pace, but it's working, isn't it, for Sulovic? Hit the 180 in the last leg, the 1-2-1 finish on the ball, and an average of nearly 88. And you have to say that Northern Ireland just cannot get into this match.
100.
Huge pressure now on the seeds, as Austria, many people's tips to be the giant killers of the second round. They're halfway there.
Dolan and McGowan will get thrown this leg because they lost the last one, but if they do get back to 2-3, of course the pendulum will swing back and the Austrians will get first throw. So here he is again, the pendulum.
That's why the opponents stand way back. I think we might have had one occasion at the Alexandra Palace, where I think he might have been playing
60.
Peter Manley, and Manley was standing too close behind, and he got clocked.
Beating Peter Manley as well.
He did.
Big upset. One dart beaten by Sulovic, so he has done it on the big stage. Beat
45.
Pyman down there as well.
Yeah, he has a good record at the Alexandra Palace, Sulovic, and his game against Michael van Gerwen, one of the standout matches, I think, of the first round. Every dart, of course, from December the 16th, live on Sky Sports HD.
134.
MVG being really erratic at the moment. I fancy his chances there, Sulovic. I'd give him a decent chance at that game.
I mentioned Peter Manley. Sadly, will be absent, Peter Manley. The Alexandra Palace, the 3 times World Championship runner-up. So make a date in your diary, 16th of December. And then the semi-finals and the final in 3D. That was a huge success when
97.
we brought you the semis and the final of the World Match Play from Blackpool in 3D. Ron Still and I were ducking in the commentary box, weren't we?
Certainly were. Oh, look at this. You'd be ducking here if you were watching in 3D behind the board. 140 leads 146, but Brendan Dolan and John McGowan are within striking distance, and boy, do they need this leg. Well, that means he cannot go out. It's a disaster.
That dart, which went in the single 5, it sums up
78.
the lacklustre performance that both Dolan and Mr. Magoo have provided so far. Well, he hit 121 in the last leg. 146, maybe. 146, maybe. Double 13.
143.
Great effort from Sulovic.
32.
Well, if he'd have got that, I don't think there would have been any coming back for Northern Ireland. But McGowan, was that awkward? Is he blocked? No, it isn't. That may be a bit awkward though. Pressure dart.
16.
Yep, it was.
Austria,
So Langendorf
30.
here for 4-1.
He's going to split this first, so it'll be double 4. 2 darts in his hand, right on the wire. Perfect. If he can just feather it in. Oh, he dragged it down.
Northern Ireland, you require
Well, that
16.
could have been almost the game there and then. Dolan has got a chance to close to within a leg on double 8.
Can't afford to miss.
Game shot of the free
Wow.
Northern
A
Ireland.
little bit of a delay there. I wasn't sure whether it was there. I'm not sure Dolan quite believed it, but huge relief there. But the Austrians having 2 darts to go 4-1 up. But they do have the advantage still.
Yeah, they throw first now, having lost the previous leg.
96.
So they're still in a pretty strong position. If they lose this leg and go 3-all, they'll throw first again to gain the advantage. So still a pretty strong situation for Sulovic and Langendorf.
100.
Yeah, can't wait for the darts again in 3D at the World Champs. It really brought it home to you, didn't it? I mean, the
60.
darts were literally coming out of the screen towards the viewer. Could do with some decent darts going into the board here, Northern Ireland. Way below par.
134.
Better from John McGowan. Mr. Magoo, the former World Grand Prix quarter-finalist. 69 years of age now. And as Brendan Dolan rightly said, an absolute
100.
legend in Northern Ireland darts.
Hugely respected. I think he's like a great uncle, isn't he, to virtually the whole of the Northern Ireland darting fraternity, and
100.
he's done so much over the years for darts in Ireland.
The Austrians in danger here of losing this leg on their own throw. Remember, they were 3-1 up. Now they've lost the darts in this leg. Well, he doesn't need to go for this, McGowan. He'll know what the score is. He knows Sulovic and Langendorf are outside finishing range.
Yeah, and I just go back and wonder how important those 2 darts from Langendorf at double 4 will be. 2 missed darts
47
to go 4-1 up.
And the unlucky miss of the 1-4-6 from Sulovic. The 2 treble 20s missed the double 13. So, yeah, could so easily have been 4-1, couldn't it? Well, it can't finish here. Well, that's useful. So another treble here will be really handy here. Well, 105 left. He could come out for the bull here because 25 will leave 80.
That's the percentage shot, isn't it?
105. Northern Ireland, you require 120.
Well, again, pressure on Dolan. And again, he's missed the big number and hit the single 5, and well, unforgivable.
82.
Will they pay the price?
Austria, you require 80.
Yeah, he did that a couple of legs back, didn't he? Same thing. As you say, you posed the question, Stuart, will they pay the price? Can Langendorf get rid of this 80? Potential 2-darter. And that means he's got 2 darts at double 10. Missed a couple of darts and a double in the last leg. Hasn't missed this time. That's a big dart. That's a big double. That's a big leg for the Austrians.
7 leg is Northern Ireland to field first.
Don't know too much about him because we haven't seen too much of him. But Mark Langendorf has been really impressive. Was this afternoon for Austria when they came from 3-0 down to beat the Danes 6-4, and he has been again. He, has been an equal partner, and I think that's been the key to Austria's success, is that both players have contributed.
Yep, he's 35. He's never been on the last 32 of a PDC event, but he hasn't played many, to be fair. He's played a lot on the European side of the circuit. And as you said in that first game, he took out a 1-6-1 finish. Sulovic banged in a few maximums later on, but it was a team partnership. They dovetailed, they both contributed. They're both enjoying playing with each other. That's evident from the way they're reacting to each other. And that's why they're getting success. Well,
it would be a massive achievement for the Austrians if they can go through to the latter stages of this World Cup and take their place in Group A. Canada are already through to Group A. The USA have won through to Group B.
45.
Yeah, that Group A, if the seedings go to form, it will be Netherlands, Australia, Northern Ireland and Canada. At the moment, Northern Ireland are in peril here. It could be Netherlands, Australia, Austria 100. And Canada.
This goes to show as well, doesn't it, the strength of PDC darts. And I know that the PDC in Europe put a lot of focus on Austria and on Germany in trying to cultivate and grow the game in those regions, and we'll see Jehan Artut and Andre Belger a little bit later on. Germany playing against the Dutch, against Barney and Stompy, and they'll give it a real go.
140.
Massive derby, isn't it? Germany and Holland in any form of sport. Well, Dolan and McGowan down to 106 here.
Yeah, Germany and Holland. At least we can guarantee no one will be sent
60.
off.
Northern Ireland, you require 106.
Well, he's missed the big 14 now, and well, that's at least 3 times he's missed the big number, 4 probably in the match. So, if you keep doing that, then you really are just not going to win games at this level. No chance.
Hasn't done too much damage because the Austrians in this leg, probably their worst leg of the contest so far back. And of course, Dolan,
96.
Good thinking as well, because the double that he would have left if he was leaving it for himself, but he's left McGowan on his favourite double 18.
Yes, very good point. Yeah, John McGowan shows why. Yeah, that's a good point, because we wondered, like for example tonight, James Wade, we know he loves tops and 10s. Phil Taylor prefers double 16. So, as you say, the setup shot could be absolutely crucial. Wade might look to set Taylor up for double 16, and Taylor looking to set Wade up for double top, perhaps. So, yeah, it'd be interesting.
Austria still with the advantage.
100.
Still to come The likes of Barneveld, Stompy, Whitlock, Nicholson, Taylor, Wade, Webster, Bates, Thornton and Gary Anderson, a galaxy of darting stars here in the second round of the World Cup.
42.
Slip from Dolan. Huge pressure here. A leg here that could take the Austrians to within one of a place in the group stages.
100.
A place in the last 8 in this Cash Converters PDC World Cup.
Staying up there.
60.
Looked like the first dart there from McGowan had dipped below the bed and blocked most of the treble 20 bed, but he stuck with it.
What do you think about the Sulovic? Is it a tactic, Stuart? I mean, he's taking forever, isn't he? He's making Dennis Priestley look like Michael van Gerwen or Jelle Klaassen.
Yeah, lightning fast in comparison. It's strange, isn't it? As you say, that I don't think it's done
60.
with any gamesmanship in mind. Well, it's cold out there. It's very cold. Lots of snow, lots of ice, and a good crowd braving the elements to get to Rainton Meadows tonight.
80.
Travel by taxi, by car, by sledge to watch this World Cup first day of action. The group stages tomorrow and the semi-finals and final
45.
on Sunday. McGowan needs to find some trebles here, otherwise by the time he next comes back to the board his team could be 5-3 behind.
60.
Just persevering with the treble 20, just didn't fancy coming down for treble 19. Oh, will someone wind him up? Well, it's strange because he's such a good player when he's in a rhythm.
Well, I wouldn't mind betting that Usain Bolt could run 200 metres in between him approaching the hockey and throwing 3 darts, but Usain Bolt I don't think can throw the darts like that. Might be quite useful, not quite as useful as that. To leave 16, to leave 2-8 for a 5-3 lead.
All in all, it's been a really impressive performance. The point that we're trying to
95.
drive home is that
Austria
absolutely
won 16.
brilliant team tactics and a team effort from Langendorf and Sulovic. That might be a little difficult. Has to move across the hockey. You can see the flight blocking half the bed. Double 4. Good dart though. That was in the middle of the bed. So Austria are one leg away from the biggest upset at the World Cup so far.
Well, I don't think too many people can argue with the score so far. 5-3. I don't think even Dolan and McGowan will be arguing about it too much. There's been too much of that from Brendan Dolan and not enough of that.
125.
Oh, will it be too little too late? So the advantage has been one round by the Austrians in that if Dolan and McGowan do win this leg, then Sulovic and Langendorf will throw first 94. In the next one for the match, and if they lose the next one, the Austrians will throw first in the decider. So that's where this format works, and the Austrians have earned that.
Yeah, the Irish have got to hold here, and then as you said there, they've got to break twice
58.
successively, and that's a tall order. So 3 bites at the cherry if they need it for the Austrians. They won't want to use those 2 insurance policies you mentioned of having to throw first in leg 10 and leg 11. They want to get this
45.
job done here. Get it out of the way, get through.
A great incentive for the Austrians, but actually at least another £1,000 they've been guaranteed. I think £2,500 each for getting through to day 2 in the group stages. Good dart again. Like a fling, it really is a fling, isn't it? But he's flinging. He's a working. That's 3 180s for Austria, all 3 of them from Mencius Sulovic.
Could potentially just be half a dozen darts away from
56.
winning the match here. Well, he'd settled probably for a ton here. Langendorf, ton 40 would be lovely. Oh, that's great.
And you have to say, Rod, that there's no luck about this whatsoever. They may be the underdogs, Northern Ireland may be the seeds.
126.
But look at that, fantastic again from Langendorf. Great teamwork to leave Sulovic on a 2-darter. But the Austrians have been that much better, much better.
Got to hit treble 18 to get a shot. So they're now on a wing and a prayer,
54.
Northern Ireland, because Sulovic is coming back here for 56 to put Northern Ireland out and put his side, Austria, through to the group stages. 16 for tops, you would think here for Sulovic. Just about hits the single 16 for double top and 2 darts to win it. Double 10. Double 10 it is! Mensa Sulovic and Mike Langendorf dovetailing beautifully. Austria